Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be going over some major winter storms and several Arctic blasts that are going to enter the Great Lakes, the Northeast, and possibly even the Southeast as we go through the next several weeks, and possibly even a huge nor'easter right before Christmas time. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and liking this video down below. Let's dive right into today's video. As we keep going forward with this model, we have a huge system right here, with a low right here, with a cold front extending all the way to Canada, all the way down to southern Texas. And then there's a bunch of cold air pushing on this eastern side, with lots of warm air rising up from the eastern side and a bunch of cold air pushing down from the western side. And then this intensifies and forms a nor'easter offshore, and possibly we could have some interior snow for Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, and portions of the Adirondacks of New York, and then that grows even more, and then we have more snow piling up in mostly all of Maine except for the coast, and then that eventually rides offshore, and we are left with a really cold air mass over the northern tier of the United States, where the cold front is centered like right here, and it is just pouring this cold air right down into the Great Lakes, the Northeast, and a little bit of the Pacific Northwest, and we are starting to see a ridge forming in the west, which is indicative of a positive PNA, which encourages this cold air to just continue to dive to the south into the lower 48. As we push this model even more forward, another cold front starts to work in, and as you notice, there is a 990 millibar low pressure center right here. And this is eventually going to become our next big major winter weather storm. And as this rides up the coast, here we know, and now there's a huge winter storm breaking out. It was a 990 millibar low pressure center with heavy snowfall extending all the way from Kentucky, Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio Valley, Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, upstate New York, Adirondacks, Finger Lakes in New York, New Hampshire, Vermont, and all the way extending all the way through Maine. This is going to be a really major snowstorm. And then that just continues to drop heavy snowfall in upstate New York, New Hampshire, and Maine. And Maine eventually transitions to freezing rain and sleet mixing in, so it might interfere with some of the snow totals. And then that system eventually slides off, and we come back to another huge ridge in the west, and then trough in the east, the northeast, which is not really much of a trough, but it seems like the cold air is lifted off, but we still have a positive PNA in the west, which encourages cold blasts in the east, and this is going to continue to be a major weather pattern as we continue to go through the next several weeks. And then we have a huge cold blast coming into the northeast, and these are pressure gradients are really close to each other, which means they're going to be really strong cold air with this 1032 high pressure center diving right in, with some snow possibly in the interior areas. This is the total snowfall, and this is what I really want to go over, because if you're anywhere in this line, all the way up from eastern West Virginia, going through Pennsylvania, through upstate New York, the Adirondacks of New York, and the Adirondacks of New Hampshire, Maine, and Vermont, will continue to see a bunch of snowfall, which extends anywhere from 10 to 25 inches of snow. So this is basically going to be plowable snowfall as this continues to keep dropping. And this is going to be a significant winter storm, and this is even playing out on the European model. It only goes out to 240 hours on the European, so I'm going to check it tomorrow, and then I'm continue to keep you guys updated on this, and if it shows it on the European, we should definitely keep an eye on it. And if you're anywhere in West Virginia and the Catskills in New York, through some of the Adirondacks in New York, and a little bit of Maine, these are the centers of the bullseyes where you can expect anywhere from 12 to 25 inches of snowfall. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and liking this video down below. Thank you for watching and have an awesome day.